either way, with that, we've pretty much made our storage system. It's so adorable, though. Oh, it's so sad. Okay, wait, let's back up. Okay, once this goes off, it should make 2 of them. Something didn't happen right. Hello everybody and welcome back to some more All the Mods 9. Today, the time has come. We are finally going to make an efficient, well, a more efficient storage system. Now, even though I have this whole storage scanner thing with all of these chests going around here, I am starting to fill these things up, and it is getting a little bit excessive. And while, yes, I still have the diamond chests right over here, which I can upgrade all of these to, and I think there's even one after that, it's really not that much, and I figured since I can do this now where I can nip this problem in the bud before it really becomes one, I'm going to do it anyways. So yeah, today we're going to be making our storage system, but it's not going to be with refined storage like I normally do. I'm going back to the original thing which I did back in the first modded series. We're going to be doing some AE2. Now I've made a material stonework factory so that way I can make the silicone which I'm going to need, and then I'm having that being piped up right up to here. So once I grab that in there we go. That's one of those quest lines done, which isn't in this one. It should be in this one right here. Yes, it is, and then that will lead off to these points. Now, another reason why I actually wanted to do AE2 is because it's through this line, which is going to help us getting the ALLTHEMODSTAR, but that'll come later. So, to start us off, we need to get ourselves Certus Quartz. Now, Certus Quartz is an interesting thing. You used to be able to mine it, and you still can with GregTech ores. But now it's actually very different. So, unless I actually manage to pick some up in the modded dimension, in the mining dimension, not the modded dimension, I should still need to find it. And it doesn't look like I did pick any of that up. So what we're gonna then need to do instead is we're going to need to go over to a meteor and find some. Or, alternatively, there is another option which can be very, very cheesy. So the normal way which you're supposed to do this is you're supposed to go to those meteors that you've all seen throughout the previous episodes. I'll show a screenshot right up here if I can. But the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to make this thing right here. I'm going to make a charger. I'll make 2 of them because I'm going to need one of these for later. But for this one right here, we can go ahead and take this thing over to this side of the base where I have my easy villagers, and we can go ahead and put that in one of these ones right over here. Then let's go ahead and grab ourselves another villager, and there we go, we got this guy. And right there, we got ourselves some Certus Quartz. I need to have some emeralds on me, but you know, that's fine. So now we have ourselves our Certus Quartz crystals, but we still need to get ourselves the dust. Now, pretty much the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to need to crush it. So, yeah, we'll just have to go back over to the mine dimension. Actually, wait, better idea. Since I'm going to need it anyways, let's go ahead and then make ourselves an inscriber, which will also give us the same effect. I am going to need sticky pistons. Do I have... Okay, I do have slime. Why do I have slime? Alright, that's a question for later. Let's go ahead and make ourselves our inscriber now. And boink, and there we go. Now we got ourselves that. So then we can go ahead and put that one right there temporarily. Just that way we can get a small semblance of power into it. And then we can go ahead and just chuck that right there. And as this bar fills up, that should give us our crushed Certus Quartz. And oh no, I should have been out here watching the animation. But after that, now that we've gotten those quests done, we can go ahead and collect one of our rewards, which gives us even more of that. And then we can also get ourselves a basic AE2 thing, which is just more Certus Quartz crap. Okay, but after that, we can also go ahead and get ourselves some of this stuff called Fluix crystals. Now, these things are going to be very important. What you normally need to do with these is you need to take a charged Certus Quartz crystal, redstone, and nether quartz, and throw it into some water, and it does a really cool thing. I don't need to do that though, because my little villager right here also sells the Fluix crystals. Yay! This is really nice, actually. And we should be able to do the same thing with this one, where we can go ahead and throw this in here, and it should also give us that one's dust. There we go, we got ourselves that quest done. Now we can go ahead and collect more of those things, and oh hey, of course it's just gonna give me more of that, why wouldn't it? So let's also go ahead and grab these things right here, which is called the inscriber presses. These things are incredibly good, because they're also going to help us with getting certain things. I also just realized I'm actually going to need a meteorite compass to be able to complete the next quest line. There we go, that should be everything. Or maybe I actually need that specific one. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. So what these presses actually do, let's go ahead and then throw the silicone one in here, because these 2 slots are basically for extra stuff. But for this one, we need to put this press right here, and then we can grab a piece of silicone and then throw that one into there. Now that press is going to press down on the silicone right into there, and then that will give us printed silicone. Now we also have this engineering press, which if we were to throw this one into here instead, and then throw a diamond into there, that should get us the printed diamond one. That, or it goes by a different name. The printed engineering circuit. Okay, so that's pretty much those things together. And then if we throw those into there, and then I need to grab myself some redstone. I'm probably gonna need to go and grab some more of that sometime soon. But now we can combine those 2 things together, mashed it all into one place, and then we get ourselves the engineering processor. That's pretty much gonna be what a lot of this comes down to, is just me throwing things together. But I am still missing 2 of the presses, one of which being logic and calculation. I think calculation, yeah, that's for the silicone, no, the quartz one, where I can throw in Certus quartz, and then the logic one is for gold. So I need to actually go over and find a meteorite and hope that I can end up finding one of those. So here we are, we're actually over at Swamptopia, and right in here, this is going to be one of the meteorites that we're looking for. I don't know why it keeps wanting to give me ink sacs. I don't need ink sacs. I just need to completely break this whole thing down, so that way I can hopefully find something near the center. And there is right here, the mysterious cube. Once we break this, that should... Oh, yes, baby. Either that gave me the rest of them, or it gave me every single one of them, and I forgot that I put the other 2 away. Either way, though, that should be all the ones that I need. So even if I did end up accidentally getting the other 2 for no reason, that works. And then we can go ahead and then just start mashing these ones together right here. First, we get ourselves the logic processor, and then finally the calculation processor. And then that should be that whole achievement completely done. There we go. We're completely done. Oh, please, please give me a core. Please. Silicone. Crap. Yeah, there's actually going to be some special cores that I'm going to need to make, which are going to be a pain in the butt. But now that that's done, we can now go ahead and then start making these things called cables. Do I actually need all 3 of them? Or, yeah, I think I will. So firstly, let's go ahead and then make this thing right here, which is called quartz fiber. You need to mix quartz, Certus quartz dust with some glass, and then that'll get us the fibers. I don't know how much of it I'm gonna need, but cabling is a huge part of all of this, so it's probably gonna be a lot. Then we mix that with 2 of these flux crystals, and then that'll get us this glass cables. And then I just need to make these next 2 ones. With this one, I just need to mix it with wool, and then the dense one afterwards, where I just need to combine 4 of those things together. Alrighty, and then that one's done completely. So now we got that cabling thing, so now we can go ahead and mark that one off. And now we can get into the big meat of this thing, the actual storage system in itself. So I'm going to gather up a bunch of materials that I'm going to need, because there is going to be a lot of processes, and then we'll be right back.
20 minutes later.
Alrighty, I set up a little thing right here, as y'all can see, to help me get more of these presses, because I am going to need quite a few of these, so I decided to just sort of automate them. So with these 4 ones, we made some more scribers and then just threw the things in there. And then we can have like the hoppers on top of them to where I can then throw the materials in question inside of them. This one being gold, so it'd only work with gold. And fortunately, since I last used these things, they have gotten smarter to where I don't need to actually put them into the specific side. And then this 5th one right over here is basically for all the extra crap for other things that you can use with them. So if I ever need anything else, I can utilize it. So now that we have ourselves all of the processors that we're going to need, and everything else that I needed is now gathered up, we can now begin the process. So firstly, we're going to need to make this thing right here called the energy acceptor. Let's go ahead and then grab that thing right there. That uses up 4 of this stuff called quartz glass, which was pretty easy to get. You just need to grab 5 of the Certus quartz dust and mix it with 4 of the normal glass. And then, conveniently enough, for this last piece of quartz glass that we need, we can go ahead and then just mix all this together. Except we can't because I don't have any more Certus quartz. Crap. Either way, though, we can go ahead and then collect this thing right here now, which is called the energy cell. This is basically a battery where it can hold a bunch of energy for the storage system. Then after that, we can go ahead and then make this thing right here, which is called the ME terminal. We need to make 2 of those right there. There we go. And then we can convert 1 of them into a crafting terminal. So now we just need to make ourselves the ME controller. I could have sworn I had Skystone. I do have Skystone. Ah, I understand. Okay, so I need to smelt you guys down. Or crush you? Alrighty, there we go. So now with that, we now have ourselves the ME controller. This is gonna be the heart of all. Well, is it the heart? It's at least the kidney. We'll say it's the kidney. It's a kidney. The left kidney, specifically. So now that that's done, we can now go ahead and then make ourselves the beautiful ME drive, the thing that holds all of our storage disks. But we also, for some reason, need to also make this chest, which takes the other terminal, so we can go ahead and put that there. And now, does this thing... Okay, so we could just put something inside of it, and it'll work like that. I don't entirely know how this one is gonna work. I'll probably play with that a little just to see, but for the most part, we're really just gonna be using the ME drive. So the next step is going to be to start making ourselves our storage components, because these things, like with refined storage, are what's going to allow us to be able to make ourselves the drives. Now, unlike what I did over in my Project Sky Capsule series, I am not just going to try and make a straight shot towards like the uber billionth of everything to where I can like hold a lot of things. So we'll go to like at most 256k, but that probably won't even in itself be happening. So for the basic 1k one, we need 4 Certus quartz, the logic processor, and then 4 redstone. Let's go ahead and then make some of those. We can go ahead and then grab 3 of those, and then we can move up to the 4 one, which needs quartz glass. But hey, at least from me exiting the thing, it actually gave me the quest, because I forgot that if I'm in an inventory space, it won't give me it. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and then make ourselves the 4k one. Now, one word of advice: if you want to go for 64k, which is what I'm actually going to be doing, I won't be going to the 256k just due to lack of resources at this immediate time. You're going to need 27 of these 1k ones and then 16 quartz glass. That is hopefully the correct amount. So let's go ahead and then convert all of this into that. That should give us 9 of the 4k one. Make sure I get that achievement because I've made that mistake many a time. There we go. So then after that, we can go ahead to 16k, which now starts using glowstone. I did preemptively go in and grab a bunch of glowstone, but now we should be able to just convert all of this into our 16k, and then we can go ahead and then just munch all that together to make ourselves the 64k. Oh no, I just noticed something. Oh my gosh, it's happened again! No! Why is it always the 16k? Apparently that one didn't go through. Dang it. Okay, well, I mean, again, I will be making more of these at a later date, so I will end up making through that one, so dang it, man. That sucks. Either way, though, now that we have that out of the way, all that's left for us to do is to make ourselves our storage cell. So I should hopefully have enough. So yes, I do. There we go. We can go ahead and then make that thing up right here. There we go. We got ourselves our item disk, which means now all that's left for us to do immediately is to assemble this thing. We can go ahead and then put the energy acceptor right there. And then I don't know if the energy cell is actually a requirement or what, but we'll just put that right there. And then we can go ahead and put the controller there. And there we go. That is working. It's taking in power. And both of these should be doing that. Does it need to go directly into there? I mean, as long as this thing's already just taking the energy in on its own, it should be fine. So then after that, we can go ahead and then put our drive right there, and then we can stick the disc inside of there. But now that we have all of this together, we actually need to find a way to be able to access it. And the way we do that is going to be by putting a cable right there, and then right next to it, we need to put on the terminal right there. And now, once we go inside, there we go. We now have access to it. So I could throw diamond into there, not a diamond, an emerald, and now, what? 2 emeralds uses 513 bytes of the 65,536 bytes. That is not a lot. Okay, wait, so how much does 1 emerald cost? 513. I don't know for certain, but I think I might get it. So I'd need more emeralds to test this, or just more of something else. Actually, yeah, this is perfect. I have a buttload of honeycombs. Let's go ahead and use these things. So what my theory is, this thing holds 63 types of items right down there. And those 2 emeralds still somehow hold the same amount of bytes. So if I take those 2 things out, there we go. It's now back down to 0. So let's go ahead and then throw 1 honeycomb into there. That also holds the same. So now if I throw in the rest of the stack, it increases a little bit. Okay. So I think that the whole thing is to account for a certain amount of a bunch of stuff, but also to 63 different types. So it's kind of like a balance between the 2 in a weird way. But for the most part, that would work out decently, I suppose. Okay, then. So I won't be able to throw all of these in here immediately. That's what I've learned. That is slightly unfortunate, but you know what? It does work. So if I put this chest here, let's take out the drive, and then let's stick that into there. Ah, okay. I had a feeling that was how this thing was going to work. Okay, so this basically acts as like a one-off version of this thing. Pretty interesting. I kind of like it. I probably won't use it, but you know what? That works. Either way, with that, we've pretty much made our storage system. As for the auto crafting for this one, I don't know how that works, so we won't be doing that this episode. But there is one last thing that I wanted to do before we just end things off, because this has pretty much just been a bunch of craftings and it's gotten a little bit late, so I want to do one thing of payoff. And that is going to be doing something that will help work towards the ALLTHEMODSTAR, which is going to be to get this singularity. Okay, so what we're going to need is we're going to need to make this thing right here called the matter condenser. And then we're also going to need to make this thing right here, which is called the sink. And then I'm pretty sure I should still have some fluid pipes. I do. That's very nice. And I decided to actually just put the storage scanner back, just so that way I could still just extract all this stuff easier, because, I mean, I'm not putting all that in right now. But either way, that's one half of this quest done, so that way we can then start making ourselves these singularities. Now, as for where I want to put this, there's not a lot of good places for it. So I think I'll just, like, throw this, yeah, maybe here. Here will work. So let's go ahead and then put this baby right there. And then we can go ahead and then have a fluid pipe go right there. And then the sink there. And then once, well, actually, no, we don't want to start that yet because, oh, actually, it wouldn't even work anyways because I forgot. I need to put in a component right there. For some reason, I don't know why this thing takes storage components for it to make its stuff. For the singularity, you need 64 and or 256. And then for this matter ball, which is something we're gonna need, it's just not gonna be too big of an issue. You can use pretty much any of them. So I need to go ahead and make myself another 64K, so that way I can then do both. That's gonna be fun.
1 hour later.
Alrighty, I managed to get myself a 64K, and with that, I was actually able to get the 16K storage mission done. So that should be all well and good. So now, what we can do is we can go ahead and then put that there and then throw this advanced pipe upgrade in there, just so that way this goes a bit faster. And then we're actually going to want to disconnect this just to make sure we get what we want, because the moment we put this in, it is just going to start doing things randomly. Okay, so the condenser output will destroy things. Okay, so we want to make sure that it's currently on the matter. I don't really know what you'd use these for. I mean, oh, you use it for mega storage. It's a thing, but outside of that, it really doesn't seem like it's gonna have much use. So it's like, I guess I could like make like maybe a stack of these, but like outside of that, I can probably just switch over to the next one once that's done. And what's even cooler is that like if I were to hook up a bunch of sinks to this would go by way faster. Which I did actually do in a previous series when I needed to generate the singularities for a mission. I put a bunch of these kitchen sinks around all of this, had like a bunch of them hooking up into it in different places. It was working out pretty well, man. It was legit. So actually, if I put multiple connections to this also, that'd also work, because I mean, this is just another thing. So now we can go ahead and put that over to the singularity, and now, yep, that is slowly but surely going to be building up. It's actually not terribly slow, but it could always be faster. If I had another pipe upgrade, yeah, that'd definitely be way faster. But for right now, we can just go ahead and leave that thing alone. Now, I am noticing, even if I get this, it won't actually give me the rest of this mission, probably due to the fact that for the next thing right after that, there's this thing called the quantum entangled singularity, where you need to like set off an explosion with the singularity and some ender dust to be able to get that. The tiny TNT isn't terrible, and the ender dust is also not terrible, actually. I just need ender pearl. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can totally do all that. Either way, though, this thing is barely even a smidgen of the way done. Like, that's, I think, like, a 16th, at that's being generous of this bar done. So, wow, this is gonna take a while. Alrighty, here we go. In 3 seconds, it is all done now, baby. There we go. I don't know if that was actually 3 seconds, but with this in hand, we now have ourselves the first of many singularities. The first ingredient that we're going to need when it comes to making the ALLTHEMODSTAR. Now, actually, when I really think about it, I don't think that this is actually used for it. Because, yeah, no, it's used to make one of the ingredients for the star, but it's not actually used to make the star itself. Either way, though, we got ourselves a singularity now. That's great. That's wonderful. Which means we could now go ahead and then make ourselves this thing if we just took this thing over and just blew it up. Actually, wait, would a normal ender pearl have worked? Or I think this might just be... Nope, a normal ender pearl would work if we just exploded that. We didn't even need this mini powder. I don't know why we even have this. Either way, though, let's head up to the surface and cause an explosion. Hello, Sam. How are you doing today, my little friend? You're doing well. Okay, well, I'll be sure to do this away from you, just so that way this doesn't hurt you or anyone else. So... I don't know if this thing requires a flint and steel to go off, but I do have one on me completely coincidentally. I actually forgot I had this on me, but I don't know how the mini TNT is actually going to work. So we can just throw those to the ground, and then we can place that there. Okay, so yeah, I do need to light it. Okay, cool. It's so adorable though. Oh, it's so sad. Okay, wait, let's back up. Okay, once this goes off, it should make 2 of them. Something didn't happen right. Okay. I think I may have messed up. Alrighty, let's try this again. So this time, I won't get too close until the explosion happens. I don't know why it's delayed, though. Like, is it supposed to do that, or... Okay, no, I think I was just lagging, and then I picked it up before it went off. Okay, that was weird. But with that, we got ourselves our quantum entangled singularities. Yes, oh my gosh. I do not know what these things are going to be for, though. And as for these other 2 things, this thing I could get, and then this thing, yeah, I could also get that one too.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Okay, so I was wrong. I can't actually do these 2 ones just yet, because for this one, it only makes 1 of them with all 4 of these things called flux pearls, which takes a bunch of these flux crystals with all of these dusts, and I'd still need 2 of those. And then for this one, I need quite a few of these dense smart cables with some energy cells, and then 2 more of these processors, and then 1 of these engineering processors. Now, that doesn't sound bad on the surface, but then you need to consider that I need 16 of these ones for me to complete the mission. So, unfortunately, we will not be able to get those 2 ones. That is unfortunate. So, I'm probably gonna have to figure out how to do the auto crafting which appears to be this thing right here, but I'd still need to figure out if I have the proper space management for that. So I'm definitely gonna be having to do just little bits of research. So let's go ahead and then mark off all of our rewards. Very, very nice. Did the glitch persist? It did not. Okay, cool. And you know what? We also got another head. Cool. Very, very... Why is it looks so dopey? It looks like the lower body's just gonna be in like a suit and he's just gonna want to try and kill you. Did you like this video? Good. Then be sure to check out the last ALLTHEMODS 9 video where we made a laser drill so that way we could get ourselves all the unobtaining we were going to need for this snazzy armor. Bye-bye!